2-2 from Hawkins. Scott lines it back through the box. In the center it goes for a hit. Victor Scott gets the party started. The fair regularity. The pitch is low for a ball. Scott on the scoot for second. He beats the throw from Zavala. It's his 10th stolen base of the year.
Scott, who's 1 for 2 today. He drives one in the air to right center. This is pretty deep. It's chasing Mears back all the way to the track, and he can't get there, and it's off the base of the wall. Scott is flying around second, and he's into third standing. A triple for Victor Scott, his second of the year. Another 3-2 coming to Victor Scott. And he swings and pulls it down the line, base hit. Hernandez scores. Scott turns for second. This ball's all the way to the corner, and Scott will hold up at second. Victor Scott is on a tear. Drew a real competitive environment to BP. There's a strike. Scott's running, and he is in there.
He doesn't have much to protect him, especially with a fastball. This is belted up the right field line. Trouble. Ezekiel Pagan will watch it leave the yard. It's a 3-run home run for Victor Scott II, his first of the year, and he's got a 3-for-5 day with 3 extra base hits, including this homer.
Now Javon Ward, the batter. He drives one towards right center. Scott a long run, coming on, and he makes a diving catch. Victor Scott, he had a great break, and he leaves his feet. He just might this evening. Scott skies one to right field. Heading back towards the wall. Gone! Victor Scott, his second home run of the year. His first at Dozer Park. Chiefs get one right back. It's 2-1. Next offering is line to center field. Scott coming on the dive, and he makes a tumbling grab to save a run.
That put the Mudcats a half game up on down east. Oh my, Victor Scott straightaway center and deep. And that ball is off the middle of the wall, and it comes back towards the infield, and Scott can fly. He's heading for third. He'll get in sliding without a throw. It's a 2-run triple and a 5-0 Peoria lead.
In the Peoria order. Scott offers to bunt, and it's a thing of beauty. Rolling up the first base line, the throw to first is late. Scott bunts for a hit. He showcases his speed. 40 stolen bases on the year. Well, they've had some base runners. They've not recorded a hit since. Scott swing at the 1-0 pitch. He has a pair of hits. A ground ball into center. Well, not a hit all that hard, but plays perfectly. Victor 2 for 2. Aboard in front of Nathan Church. Scott, a decent lead, not running. Now a delayed steal. There he goes. The throw to second goes into center field. Stolen base number 41 for Victor Scott, and that was not traditional.
Scott lays down a bunt. Going to be a tough play for King off the mound. The spinning throw is not in time. Boy, when Victor Scott puts it in play, it's always dangerous. His third hit of the ball game. So we decided to go through them, pick out the best ones. The 0-1 is ripped into right field for a base hit, and Victor Scott is a singles machine. He is 4 for 4. All 4 of his hits singles. Former Chiefs as well. Scott runs. Pitches low. Throw down to second. Not in time. Scott sneaks the left hand in there for his second stolen base of the game, his 42nd of the year. Scott and Church both threats to run. This is a situation where they have double stealed. Scott goes. Church doesn't. Pitches a strike. Throw to third is late. Barstad came out of his crouch looking to go to second, but Church wasn't running. The only one running was Scott.
Cornwell deals. Line drive, right center field. That ball is caught by Victor Scott. Coming across on the full sprint from his center field spot. He made the catch, and he ends up on his belly.
For College. Victor Scott now swings and drives one to deep right. Gilliam's back at the fence, reaching up, can't get it. It's gone. Even with the short wall, Gilliam had no chance. That ball carries over, and Victor Scott, showing he's not just a speed guy, hits a 2-run home run, his first in Double-A. It comes in his 6th game.
from Double-A. And here's the pitch, swung on, and a fly ball well hit into right field. That ball is going to bang off the wall, and here they come. Gonna clear the bases here. Pages is in, Jones is in, and on his way to third base is Victor Scott the second, and just like that, it is 4-1 Cardinals.
And the first pitch he sees, swinging a high fly ball into deep right field at the track. It's gone. Victor Scott takes the first pitch deep to right field and gives the Cardinals the lead 1-0 off the bat of Victor Scott the second.
Next pitch, he's swinging a chopper over the mound towards second base, fielded by Vivas with a bare hand, but he can't hold on to it. And safe at first base with an infield single is the speedy Victor Scott. And the runner goes. The pitch is up high. The throw to second base, and a stolen base for Scott. There they go. Pitch is inside. The throw to third is not in time. Throw is up. That's the second time in this series those two have put together double steals. The Drillers, no runs, 2 hits. First pitch, a swinging a ball pulled into right field, a base hit by the leadoff batter, Victor Scott. His second hit of the night, his 4th of the series. 3 stolen bases on the season, huge lead. There he goes. The pitch is down low, and the throw to second base, no chance.
It's easy to say.
As a base hit is pulled to right field, so Victor Scott the second is on.
13th doctor,
wow.
Young lady from Springfield, born and raised. Very, very impressive.
Well, Scott takes off and steals second here, so Victor's got his 21st in Double-A, 71st overall. The pitch is looped into shallow left field. That's going to get down and in for a base hit. Stopping at second is Alvarez. Scott is 2 for 3. This is ripped to right field. It's another one for Victor Scott the second. A 3-hit ball game. But he's a threat to go for sure right here. First to Antico. Scott takes off. Fastball down and in. Throw to second base. Not in time. Victor steals second.
Led off the ball game yesterday with a base hit. Victor steps in, and here's a fly ball deep to right field, and that ball is out of here. Cardinals led the game off with a double yesterday, and now Victor Scott leads this game off on a first pitch home run to right field. How about that? That's a big start for Victor Scott, just like that, as he can touch them all as he sprints around the bases.
Opening it up with strike one to the Cardinal leadoff man. It is 3-0 Corpus Christi on a bases clearing double by their catcher C.J. Stubbs. A fastball here, though, hammered to right field by Scott. Going back on it, Daniels at the wall, and it's gone! It's a leadoff home run for Victor Scott the second. His second leadoff bomb.
1-1. Hit high in the air to deep right field. Hernandez going back on it. Still back. He looks, and it's gone just over the wall in right field onto the berm. And Scott hits his 5th homer of the season to make it a 3-0 game.
Batting .375 during that stretch. 2-0. Is driven on a line to deep right field, sailing back at the wall. That ball is gone. 2-run home run, Victor Scott the second. Here's the 1-2 again. Line down the left field side. It's gonna touchdown fair and get all the way back into the corner. Scott can fly, and he cruises in with a standing double. Now a bobble in left, but Victor will put the brakes on at second. And he's got Victor Scott at second base currently. 1-1. Scott goes on the pitch. It is strike on the outside edge, but no throw down to third. First one to Scott, looped into left field here. It's going to get down. A base hit for Victor. So he is back on. Scott goes on this pitch, and it is strike 3 called, but the throw to second not in time. It doesn't really matter how many outs there are with his speed. Always kind of a rally threat, and he gets himself on here. It's a line drive to right field, cut off by Alcantara out there, and he throws back in. So that holds Scott to a single, but another rocket off the bat of Victor. His 3rd hit of the day. Archimedes Gamboa, the batter. Scott goes on the first pitch. It's a strike. Throw to second. Not in time. Victor dives into another steal.
Well, I did their games when they were AAA back in the 70s. There's a drive to right field. That ball may go. The right fielder, Cummings, looking up. And all he can do is wave goodbye. A 2-run home run by Victor Scott. And that makes it a 3-2 lead for Springfield.
2-1 coming. That's lined into center field. Scott coming on. He dives and he caught it. My goodness. Victor Scott with robbery.
Fires a fastball that misses outside there to Victor Scott. Center fielder, it's 1-1. Showing bunt there, putting it down there is Scott. Long run coming in here for Hurtubise. On the run, throw is not in time.
That young man is fast.
94 stolen bases this season in the minors. Led the entirety of minor league baseball. That's pretty dang good. A 1 pitch. Flared, left side. Give me a long one here for Colin Hurtubise. That one's going to drop. Waiting at second there for a moment was Carter Howell, so he'll only be able to move up to third. If he's more aggressive, he very likely could have came home on that one. Line up pull side once again is the defense here for the Saguaros. As Scott's off a second. Slider missed outside. Throw goes into third, and he's in there safely. Talk about the speed, adding on to his stolen base total this season. And honestly, that was a closer play than I expected. Great throw nonetheless from Michael Troutwine.
I'd actually like to see Scott do a drag bunt here and put something over towards the second baseman.
Tries to put one down. There you go. Perfectly placed. Called it on the air. Second bunt single of the day for Victor Scott. First one was
getting to see some of the top prospects. 2-2 is shoved out to center field. Racing in is Scott, sliding, underhand grab, and he makes the catch, keeping it in his glove.
In the World Series. Now Bliss sends a deep drive to left center field. Scott goes back. He's at the wall. He leaps. And he brought it back. Victor Scott II flies into left center field and makes a tremendous catch. You had to pause for a moment. You didn't know if that ball was out or not. That's 2 in a row